This is a continuation of looking at forming and solving equations. So make sure you watch the previous video just for the introduction to this. We're going to continue with some worded questions on this now. So let's have a look at some examples. I think of a number, I multiply it by 5, I add 20 to this, the result is 60. What number am I thinking of? This type of question, sometimes you can just work them out in your head, but sometimes you might need to use a bit of algebra and you might need to make an equation to represent this. So we'll start off with an expression. So I think of a number. Now, we don't know what that number is, so we can just decide to call it x. I multiply the number by 5, so that will now become 5x. I add 20 to this, so I'm going to add 20, and the result is 60. So this is our expression. When we say that is equal to 60, it's now become an equation that we can solve. So let's write this on the side. 5x plus 20 gives you 60. And now to solve this, to work out the original number, I'm going to take away 20 from both sides. So that's going to be 5x, that's a 0 pair, that's equal to 40. And we're going to divide by 5, divide by 5. So that is now going to give you x equals 8. Okay, next example. Okay, so here's your next question. Make an equation from this and then solve it, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so first thing we want to do here is, I think of a number. We can pick any letter we want. I'm going to pick y. Okay, so 4 is added to y, so this becomes y plus 4. That whole thing is multiplied by 5, so we need to put a bracket around it and put a 5 on the outside, because it's 5 lots of y plus 4, and the result is 100. So that's our equation that we now need to solve. And if you're not sure how to solve these equations, you need to watch the playlist on solving equations. So in this case, you have a choice of either expanding the bracket or dividing by 5. In this case, because 5 goes into 100, we're going to divide by 5 first. So divide by 5, so y plus 4 equals 100 divided by 5 is 20. And then we're going to take away 4, and that is going to give you y is equal to 16. And we can just have a quick check on this. Well, 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 times 5 is 100. So that is your answer to this question. Let's try the next example. This question here is not a forming and solving equation. This is just going to help you with the upcoming questions. So the perimeter of this shape, have a think about what that is. Okay, so the perimeter of this shape is the length of the outside of the whole shape. So in this case, it's 10 plus 10 plus 6 plus 6. So 20 plus 12, which is 32 centimeters. Now have a think here. What's the perimeter of this rectangle? Write it as an expression. Okay, so we know that that has to be 12 because it's a rectangle that has to match, and then this has to be x. So the perimeter will be x plus 12 plus 12. That will give you 2x plus 12. So that is the perimeter. The perimeter can be written as an expression. In this case, we don't have a numerical value for x, and you can probably see how this is going to come into play with the questions when we're forming and solving equations about this. So here is a practical question here. The perimeter of this rectangle is 28 units. Write an equation for this and then solve it. So first thing we know is perimeter is the length of the outside. So it's going to be, that's 5, and this is x plus 4. We're going to add all of these together. So let's make sure we show our working out here. So this is going to be 5 plus 5 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 4. Now it says this equals 28. And there's our equation. So now we just need to simplify it and solve it. Now if I add 5, 5, 4 and 4, that's going to be 10 plus 8, which is 18. If I add x and x, I get 2x. And that's going to equal 28. Now we just need to solve this. I'm going to take away 18 from both sides. So that's going to say 2x is equal to 10. And then I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. So x is equal to 5. So this is what we mean by forming an equation from a worded question, using the information given, and then solving that equation. So let's try another example here. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this now. So we can see that this is good. First of all, it's a rectangle, so this is going to be 2x plus 10, and that's going to be x. The perimeter is 100, so write an equation showing this. So we're going to add all of this together. X plus x plus 2x plus 10 plus 2x plus 10. We know that's going to equal 100. Simplify this all. So x, x, 2x, 2x. So that's going to be 4, 5, that's 6x. And then we've got 10 plus 10, that's going to be 6x plus 20 equals 100. And then, so it says, use your answer to write an equation and then solve the equation to find out x and then work out the length of the longer side. So we're going to solve the equation now by taking away 20 from both sides. So 6x equals 80. And then we're going to divide by 6. So x equals 80 over 6. So in this case, we can simplify this a bit. If you divide that by 2, it's going to become 40 over 3. Now we can just leave it as 40 over 3. So x equals 40 over 3. And then it says work out the length of the longer side. Well, the longer side is going to be the 2x plus 10 side. So we need to replace x with 40 over 3. So this becomes 2x plus 10, which is 2 times 40 over 3 plus 10. That is going to be 80 over 3 plus 10. Now, we can write 10 as a fraction over 3. So something divided by 3 gives you 10. So it's just another way of writing 10. We're just going to add this up. Is going to be 30 over 3. So that's still just the number 10 in a different way. So 80 thirds plus 30 thirds is 110 over 3. So that is the length of this side, 110 over 3. Now it feels nicer to write that as a decimal, but you don't have to write it as a decimal. It's just going to be, that is a length. So it's 110 over 3 centimeters. Well, there's no units, so we can just, actually there are units, so it's just centimeters. Okay. Have a look at both of these questions, have a go with them, pause the video. I'm going to show you the answers to these now. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 70, so this will be x plus 3. This will be 7x. So the perimeters when you add them all up. So let's do that. 7x plus 7x is 14x. X plus 3 plus x plus 3 is 2x plus 6. that is going to equal 70. So 16x plus 6 equals 70. Now we're going to solve this. Take away 6, take away 6. 16 is equal to 64, 16x, and we're going to divide by 16. So x equals, so that's going to be giving you 4. Okay, next question. So different rectangle has a perimeter of 42. What's the perimeter? I think this should say calculate the value of W, not the perimeter, because it's already given to you. So this would be 3, this would be W plus 5. So we'll make an equation from this. So we're adding 3 and 3, so that's going to give you 6. W plus 5 and W plus 5 is going to be 2W plus 10. That's going to equal 42. So 2W plus 16 equals 42. I'm going to take away 16 from both sides. So take away 10, take away 6. That's going to give you, it's going to be 26. That's a 0 pair, and then that's 2W. And then we're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. W equals 13. Okay, there'll be some more questions in the next video. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Ain't nobody got time for that.